Slayer point boosting refers to using Turael for 9 of your task streak, and then using either Konar or Duradel for the 10th task in a row to rapidly increase your total Slayer points. This is an amazing option for quickly gaining points for the main Slayer point unlocks, like Superiors or Slayer Rings, or buying those fancy Slayer helmet recolors. Turael also has the ability to skip a Slayer task for no Slayer point cost, and gives you one of his own. The problem with this is it resets your task streak and requires you to complete 4 tasks before you can start gaining points again. After you have 99 Slayer, Turael canceling is a great option for when you are looking for specific tasks. Things like Slayer bosses, shamans so you can use a Slayer helmet in chambers, or like Jad/Inferno tasks are all what people typically cancel for. I wouldn't recommend canceling pre-99 Slayer, as it's much more efficient to just skip using points instead of re-gearing to do Turael until you get good tasks. The other benefit of Turael is that many of his tasks count for bosses. Things like spiders at Sarachnis or Venenatis, or zombies for Vorkath, etc. The small amount he assigns can make him a fun Slayer boss master if you want to break up the grind. What are the requirements to do this? The only hard requirement is the combat level to use a better Slayer master for your 10th tasks. I start every new account with some Slayer point boosting to rapidly get superiors unlocked as well as some blocks. There are a ton of things you can do to help improve the process. The main thing is getting a decent house built and having lots of teleports unlocked to use to get to Turael tasks more quickly. A jewelry box, nexus with the main teleports, and fairy ring/spirit tree to help get around really helps. Decent range gear with a blowpipe is also very helpful. Point boosting is one of those methods that benefits greatly from Inventory Setups plugin in the plugin hub underneath the plugins in RuneLite. It has a great variety of teleports and items you need that are hard to keep track of, and Inventory Setups saves that and sorts your bank to show only what you need. It takes way too long to gear up for boosting otherwise. Big shoutouts to Bank Tag Layouts plugin that came out kind of recently. It makes it so much easier to gear up for just about anything. Let's look at my setup. I have a huge variety of items that help me rapidly get to any task I need to for Turael. For gear, you just want to wear your best ranged gear and an expeditious bracelet. This doesn't matter much, but the blowpipe is huge. I won't be explaining what every item is used for here. I'll be breaking down the tasks later, which will explain what everything does for each task. If you don't have one of the teleport items, replace it with your next closest teleport. Everyone will have their own setups that suits their needs. This is mine. Skull Scepter, Chronicle, Rune Pouch with NPC contact runes, and a pile of Chinchompas for monkey tasks. Don't take too many of these in case you die. Desert Amulet 4. If you don't have this, swap it for a Glory so you can tele to Alcarid. Quest Cape. It's going to be swapped for RD teleports. 2 Expeditious Bracelets. A Rope, Stamina, Divine Ranging, and Prayer Potion. Bring a Din's Bulwark with a quick 4-way melee switch. Boots, Cape, and Amulet are best. If you don't have a max cape for the light source, switch the boots for a cannon and headgear, or Bruma Torch. Cannon with a decent pile of cannonballs, Zarek's Talisman, Ectophile, Gnome Seed Pod, Slayer Ring, Ice Coolers, Dig Site Pendant, and Max Cape. Obviously, if you don't have the Max Cape, you can use a Construction Cape. And if you don't have that, you need Chip Taverley House tabs, but this leaves you no way to restore. I recommend moving your house to Taverley if you plan on boosting a lot. It's the only quick teleport to Dwarves. While doing this, you will want to be on the Lunar Spellbook in order to cast NPC Contact to call Turael for another task. Don't forget you can right-click the spell to call last contacted NPC. It took me an embarrassingly long time to learn this. Turael assigns 25 different tasks. I'll be going over the best places to do these quickly in alphabetical order and how best to do them. If you have a Slayer Cape, make sure to contact Turael before leaving your completed task, as there is a chance you get a back-to-back task while boosting. Banshees, just kill these in the Slayer Tower. They are in the eastern side of the ground floor of the tower. Teleport here quickly with a Slayer Ring. Make sure you drink a stamina dose at the start of the tower, as you'll be running around a ton for this task. Bats, go west of the Pater Domus, near the Rag and Bone Man. You can use a dig site teleport here and set up your cannon on this tile. I like to run east and kill the bats your cannon can't see while the cannon continues firing. Bears, south of the Legend Guild. Quest Cape is the fastest teleport here. You can also take Fairy Ring BLR or teleport to Ardoin through your house. Set up your cannon on this tile. I like to run around the tree line and kill the bears my cannon can't see. This task does count for Callisto the Bear if you prefer to do your task at Callisto. Birds, penguins at Fairy Ring AJS. This is the most useful task to be using a Bulwark for. Put on your full melee gear switch and Bulwark with Piety enabled, and drop all of them with Bulwark specs. If one spec kills them all, you can hop worlds to speed this up a bit. Teleport back to your house to restore special attack. If you don't have an ornate pool and fairy ring in your house, it's likely better just to go to Lumbridge Chickens for this task. Cave bugs. Head to the Dorkshan dungeon at fairy ring AJQ. Make sure you have a light source for this task or you will die. Run northwest of the fairy ring spot to find the most spawns. The large cave bugs have over 100 HP, so it's best to only kill the small ones when possible. Cave crawlers. These are in the Fremnik Slayer dungeon. You can use the Slayer ring to get here quickly, or fairy ring code AJR. These poison you for a negligible amount of damage. Cave slime. These are in the Dorkshan dungeon again. Fairy ring AJQ. Like before, make sure you have a light source, or you're going to die. These are just north of the fairy ring. Cows. These are in the Eastern Lumbridge cow pen. Use your nexus to teleport to Lumbridge and just run here. Plop a cannon down anywhere in the middle of the pen. This task should end within 60 seconds. Crawling hands. These are only found in the Slayer Tower. Use a Slayer ring to get here quickly. Just run around and pipe them as you run by. Desert lizards. This is one of the more annoying tasks Turael assigns. This is why we need the stack of ice coolers. Teleport to fairy ring DLQ. Don't worry about water skins. You'll be done with the task before desert heat is a problem. Plop your cannon down on this tile and run around chucking ice coolers at the lizards your cannon tags. You can optionally cannon sulfur lizards in Konar's cave. Although this is slower, it is much more AFK and less annoying. Dogs. For this we killed jackals just south of the lizards. These are at fairy ring DLQ again. Put your cannon roughly in this spot and help your cannon out by piping any jackals that come near. Dwarves. We'll kill these in the dungeon in Taverley. Use your construction cape to teleport to Taverley house portal or redirect a house tab here. Drop your cannon in the center of the tables and help your cannon out by piping the dwarves. Goblins. Teleport to Lumbridge with your nexus in the house and then run east. It doesn't really matter where you put your cannon. Run around piping them and the task will end extremely quickly. Ghosts. These are in the catacombs. Teleport here with the Zarek's Talisman or Great Koran teleport. The best spot is northeast of the entrance. You can dump bulwark specs before piping them all. Icefiends. You can either teleport here with the Lessar teleport tabs or teleport to Monastery and run north. Put your cannon on this tile and go to town. Kalphites. These are in the Kalphite Slayer only cave. The Desert Amulet 4 can teleport you straight here. Otherwise, use Glory to Alcarid and run east a tiny bit after you exit the Shanty Pass. Drop your cannon in the center of the small Kalphites to obliterate them. If you are task canceling and a better Slayer Master assigns these, you will have to do the task, as Turael cannot cancel it because he assigns them. This is still the best place to do them in that case. If doing canceling for a long period of time, it's probably best to block Kalphites. You can also kill the Kalphite Queen for this task if you prefer. Minotaurs. These are in the Stronghold of Security. Teleport there with a Skull Scepter. One south through the gates, then east a little bit. Drop a cannon in the center of the room, and the task should be done in seconds. Monkeys. This is why we bring a stack of chins. Use Gnome Seed Pod to get to a glider quickly, glide to Apatal, and go through the trapdoor, and then enter the first hole. Make sure you have a light source or you will die. Stack the monkeys against this wall and huck chins. Make sure they are on a medium fuse for speed. If you don't have Monkey Madness 2 completed, you can go to Fairy Ring CKR and cannon there. You can also kill tortured gorillas for this task if you prefer. Rats. These are in the Varrock sewers. Teleport to Varrock through your nexus and run northeast to this manhole. Drop your cannon in this area. Bulwark specs do work here. This is the fastest task Turael assigns by far. Scorpions. These are in the Alcarid mine. Teleport to the duel arena and just run north. Drop a cannon in this spot and go to town. You can optionally kill Scorpia for this task. Skeletons. This is why we need the rope. Teleport to the dig site and run to this hole. Use the rope on it to go down, then drop your cannon in this spot and go to town. You can optionally kill Vedian for this task. Sourhogs. This is one of the worst tasks. The fastest way here is Arkeu's Draenor Manor teleport, but I just use a Chronicle and pass the rock shortcut. Drop a cannon in this spot and just kill them all. Fairly slow as these are single combat and have a decent health pool. Spiders. These are near the Ham hideout. Just teleport to Lumbridge with your nexus and run west. Drop a cannon in this spot and kill them all. Very fast task. You can optionally kill Seracnus or Venenatus for this task. Wolves. These are at White Wolf Mountain. Take a glider here, either using a seed pod or a duel ring to the duel arena. Put your cannon in this spot in order to hit all the wolves. Zombies. Use an ectophile and run west to the farm. Drop a cannon in this spot and kill everything. You can optionally kill Vorkath for this task instead. Now that's every task. Which master should you use for the 10th task? If you don't have the Zia Elite Diary done, it's probably best to stick with Duradel, as Konar gives a lot of terrible tasks. With Rada's Blessing 4, I would do 10th tasks at Konar. as you get additional points and can teleport directly to her. Now, how does this compare to Wilderness Slayer? Point boosting is better points an hour than Wilderness Slayer if you do not redo your blocks. If you plan on going for every helmet recolor, it actually might be worth doing up a new block list for Wilderness Slayer and just doing that instead. If you just need to work up a pile of points for general unlocks, I would stick with point boosting. And that's it for the video. Leave a like if you liked it and or subscribe. Thanks guys.